It's 1:30 in the morning. I've just woke up from a 2-hour nap, if that. And now I've got an hour and a half drive into Yorkshire Dales. And I've checked the weather and it's a bit misty tonight, but it clears over there from about 3:30 in the morning. So I'm hoping I can get Milky Way Core for the first time this year. If I've woke up at 1 o'clock in the morning to drive an hour and a half into Yorkshire Dales and there's cloud, I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be fuming. But hopefully I can get an image. So yeah, I'm going to set off. Wish me luck. So I've arrived after an hour and a half driving, and as you can see behind me, there's clouds. Obviously, the forecast actually changed while I was driving here. So when I pulled up, I checked the Met Office weather, and yeah, it had changed. So a bit more clouds than originally was predicted. But it's not a wasted night. I've set the Canon 6D up doing a time lapse, so a few clouds on a time lapse looks all right. With the Milky Way rising behind it. So I'm making this a time lapse night, I think. Probably no images from tonight, just this time lapse. So hopefully it comes out all right. You can probably make out the Milky Way behind me, coming out of those clouds, and where those clouds are is where the core is. Typical. If I don't laugh, I'll cry. Anyway, let's see how this time lapse turns out. So that little light is this Canon 6D time lapsing away, and it's time for his tour of the night sky. So the Canon is pointing over there, where those clouds are. Anyway, moving on. You can see the Milky Way rising out of those clouds. And obviously that moves into Cygnus region at Milky Way. And there's that arches over then into Cassiopeia region of Milky Way. So yeah, as you're seeing this, it's similar to what I can see with naked eye as well. So I'm in Yorkshire Dales, so it's pretty dark here. So there we have it. Hopefully this time lapse turns out all right. Miss seeing that view over winter. So in Yorkshire Dales, where I am tonight, it's a darker sky than the Yorkshire Moors, where I usually go. And the only reason why I go to the Moors more is a couple of reasons. One, it's a little bit closer, but it tends to be clearer there when I check the weather. And there tends to be a lot like a mist and cloud over the Dales usually. The Moors is usually a bit clearer, so. But it is a darker sky here. I'm just down the road from the Tunnel pub. I did a short video last year with Will and Paul there, doing a Milky Way image. I think I did a Milky Way vertical panorama, if I remember right. But the video's on my channel if you want to check that out. But I've just come away from the Tunnel pub tonight because it's got some lights on it. So those lights aren't ideal. You want it obviously to be as dark as you can. The lights lit the foreground up pretty good, to be fair. But yeah, I've come away from the Tunnel pub tonight. I'm just down the road from it. So yeah, it's a dark sky here. So I'm hoping this time lapse turns out turns out all right. Look at that. I never get sick of seeing that. If I get a chance before sun starts to rise and this time lapse finishes and clouds aren't too bad, I might just do some like static Milky Way shots. I've got the tracker with me, but to save time setting that up, I might just do like some normal static images to stack on top of each other and see how that comes out. But we'll see. That depends on what time it starts to get light over there when the sun starts to rise. Regarding my time lapse, I'm doing 20-second exposures. I've got a 14mm lens on, and the ISO is set to 6400. So I've checked on back at camera, and the image seems to be looking really good. So hopefully we'll get a good time lapse at least. But yeah, I'm going to take in that for a little bit. As you can see, the sun is starting to rise behind me. The sky's getting lighter. So I think that calls it a night. Hopefully it's not a wasted night with that cloud. That was here when I first got here. But yeah, it's getting light, so I'm going to pack down and get home and go back to bed for a couple of hours. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you when I see you.